When James Bond saved my butt. Gila Joy Pascal.
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 Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the wildest experience that I ever had in my life. It all started with my umbrella. But I guess you also want to know how this happened. I tell you in a minute. One fine day, the mailman had brought a package. I opened it. I had ordered something from the website James Bond for Youngsters. And it was for my nephew, toys to play with. And to be honest, I wanted to play with it first. But nobody needed to know it, right? So I took the stuff out, some of it, and put it into my pockets. I took my umbrella, and I said goodbye to my husband because I also wanted to run some errands, and I left the house. I walked some steps, and suddenly it rained. I thought, oh, that's fine. We are in the desert, so we can use some rain. And I just liked it. Walking in the rain. But then it started really raining hard. A storm came up. Out of the blue, it was just unbelievable. A lot. It really wind. Unbelievable. And then it became a tornado. And it got under my umbrella and lifted me up into the air. And before I knew it, Santa Fe was that small. People were like toys. I was scared. So I was hanging in there like, don't let it go, Gila. Just hanging there. And with winds 100 miles an hour or maybe more, I was carried away. I saw Santa Fe there, the mountains, Albuquerque, and the Rio Grande. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then, on my level, a hot air balloon came, the shape of a duck. I was so embarrassed, and weakly I waved, and they looked at me, mouth wide open. I felt awful. Thank God the wind came again and carried me away, so I was somewhere else. But I was under stress, you know, and my mouth was dry, so I took a peppermint and I just ate it. And then, blank. The next thing I know is I'm hanging in there, looking down, thinking, oh yeah, I always loved the Amazon. Isn't that green? All those wild animals and the crocodiles all lined up. That's nice. And then I was like, wait a minute. It was the Rio Grande a minute before. How can that be the Amazon? And I thought, oh! And then it dawned on me. Instead of taking a peppermint, I had taken the 1 second instant sleeping pill from James Bond. So no wonder I was sleeping all the time up there in the air, and I ended up at the Amazon. So I thought, oh my goodness. But then, you know, the wind stopped. And the crocodiles all lined up, 20 of them, giant beasts, the jaws wide open. And I was like, gosh, what now? Since the wind had stopped, I was gliding down. And I thought, oh God, my last prayers maybe. But then I had the idea. I grabbed the 1 second instant sleeping pills and I just dropped it in the jaws of the crocodiles. And guess what? It worked. They fell asleep right away. And right in time, because I was landing on the head of one of the crocodiles. It was very slippery, you know, and so this is how that ended up. Finally, I had solid ground under my feet. I was so glad, and I thought, boy, 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 I must have been forever and ever in the air. I'm hungry. I turned around, but somebody else was hungry too. A giant jaguar, black, big eyes, looked at me like, you look yummy, you are mine. And I thought, oh my God, what can I do? What can I do? And I grabbed something that I had found in the James Bond package, but there was no time to read the instructions, And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm not at home. I can't believe I'm not at home. And with saying home, bang, I was at home. It was a Scotty Beamer. I was in Santa Fe in front of my house. I didn't want to tell my husband, he wouldn't have believed me. But you, my fellow Toastmasters, you believe me, right? Yes.